So, what does it actually mean to live a life that counts? In a world that's constantly pulling us in a million different directions, it's a question that's pretty easy to lose sight of. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful framework from speaker Joshua Selman that gives a surprisingly blunt answer. The secret to a meaningful life, it turns out, might just begin by confronting its end. Wow. Yeah, this material does not ease you in. It starts right here with this incredibly stark, unavoidable statement. It's designed to just make you stop and think. But it's not about being morbid, not at all. It's about being present. The whole argument is that every life, in the end, has a final message for those of us still living. Okay, so if every life is a lesson, what exactly is that lesson? What's the core message we're supposed to be taking away from this universal truth? Well, that is the central question we are about to unpack. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the ticking clock, that sense of urgency. Then, we'll dive right into the three core pillars that are meant to anchor our lives. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together to create what's called a life that counts. All right, so the very first, and maybe the most critical piece of this entire puzzle is our relationship with time. This framework insists that we have to see it not as this infinite resource, but as a clock, one that's constantly and relentlessly ticking down for every single one of us. And this whole idea is grounded in some really ancient wisdom. It suggests that true insight isn't really about what you know, but more about how you see the world. The core idea here, recognizing that our days are numbered, isn't meant to be frightening, it's meant to be focusing. It becomes the ultimate filter for what truly matters. And here's a really powerful way to picture it. Imagine your entire life unfolds in just a single day. Your youth, that's your good morning, full of potential. Midlife is the good afternoon, when you're deep in the work. The later years are the good evening, a time for reflection. And the end, well, that's inevitably good night. So just take a second and ask yourself, where are you in your day? So if our time is so finite, that begs the question, where should we invest it? This is where the speaker moves from this urgent problem to a very focused solution. It's a whole framework built on three core pillars. That's it, just three. See, the argument is that a meaningful life isn't about doing everything. It's about doing a few things with incredible laser-like focus. And here they are, your divine connection, your earthly relationships, and your life's assignment. According to this teaching, these are the only three accounts that truly matter. So let's break them down. First up is the divine connection. Now, according to the speaker, this isn't just one priority among many, it is the foundational priority. It's the thing that holds everything else up. And within this specific framework, a relationship with Jesus Christ is presented as that primary investment, that ultimate starting point. It's positioned as the non-negotiable anchor that gives meaning and direction to the other two pillars. All right, so building on that foundation, we get to the second pillar, human connection. And here, the source makes a really provocative claim that we should invest more in people than we do in profit. This really captures the trade-off perfectly. On one side, you have strategic relationships, the kind that can open doors that money just can't. On the other side, you've got the pursuit of money at the expense of those very connections. The speaker is very clear about this. He calls it a bad bargain with life. And this quote just drives the point right home. It's such a powerful warning against a trade that, let's be honest, a lot of people make, often without even realizing the true cost until it's far, far too late. And the costs of making that bad bargain? They're severe. We're talking about a future of lonely wealth, a name that actually becomes a padlock that closes doors on you, and total vulnerability when crisis hits, because you've pushed away your entire support system. This brings us to the third and final pillar, your life's assignment. This is all about discovering and then fulfilling the unique purpose you were meant to carry out during your time here. Now, this is a crucial reframing of what we tend to fear most. The speaker argues the real tragedy isn't death itself. The real pain, the true sting, is arriving at the end of your life with your mission incomplete. That realization of a purpose left unfulfilled. And to make this really concrete, the sermon uses the example of parenting. The argument is that a parent's true assignment isn't just financial provision, but the investment of time and attention. Because, you can't be absent for 20 years and then just show up and expect to have a real say in an adult's life. Okay, so we've got the ticking clock creating urgency, and we've got the three pillars creating focus. How do they combine to create a life that truly, actually counts? Well, It all boils down to this simple 3-step process. Step 1, you have to internalize the brevity of life. Really let that urgency sink in. Step 2, you pour all of your energy into those 3 pillars: divine, human, and purpose. And the result? That's step 3, living so effectively that your departure isn't a tragedy, but an honorable salute. It's like a retirement from a job well done. And here's one last perspective to carry with you. A birthday isn't just about looking back at the years you've lived. It's a powerful reminder to look forward at the years you have left and to ask yourself if you're making them count. Which leaves us with one final challenging question. Forget about legacy or accomplishments for just a moment. What is the one thing you must do, the one investment you must make that would allow you to say, "My assignment is complete"?